Hi and welcome to this video tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to explain about how to create the chain and the sprocket mechanism in Creo. For more additional videos related to the concepts in mechanical engineering and design, please subscribe my channel. Okay, let's get into the video first. At first, I'm going to create a new file. Select new and make sure that your unit is in MMNS. I'm going to select the front plane and here I'm going to draw a circle. I want this diameter to be 220 and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to extrude this one. I'm going to extrude it to a value of 10 and I'm going to use the symmetric extrude and then give a check mark to it. And select this face and here I'm going to draw another circle on this vertical axis here with a diameter of 16 and I want this distance to be 97. And here I'm going to draw a line, select the line and draw a line like this. And I want this dimension to be 26.5 divided by 2, which gives me 13.25. And here I'm going to draw a center line, select the center line and draw a center line, and I'm going to mirror this one. And I'm going to use the project tool and then delete the unwanted entities. Let me delete this too using the trim tool. And now my sketch gets completed and I'm going to give check mark to it, and here I'm going to use the remove material option to remove like this and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to use the pattern command, select the extrude tool and select the pattern. And I want this to be axis pattern, and let me turn on the axis display and select this axis. I want 24 quant numbers and I want this angle to be 360 divided by 24, which is 15, and then give check mark to it. And now my axis pattern is created successfully. And select this face and click on sketch and go to sketch view, and here I'm going to draw a circle. Let me give this as 210 and then give check mark to it, and I'm going to remove this one using the remove material option. And now I'm going to select this face and click on sketch, and I'm going to draw a circle whose diameter is going to be 25 and then give a check mark to it, and I'm going to use the remove material option to remove this one. And I'm going to select again this face and click on sketch and go to sketch view, and here I'm going to draw a circle whose diameter is going to be 10 and this distance is going to be 45, and then give a check mark to it, and I'm going to remove this material once again and give check mark to it. And now I'm going to use the pattern command to pattern this one. I'm going to use again the axis pattern and select the Z axis and give check mark to it. And now my sprocket one gets completed. And I'm going to save this one. Click on file, save as. In the desktop I'm going to create a new folder named chain sprocket. And then click on OK, and I'm going to name the file name as Sprocket and then click on OK, and let me close this one. And now I'm going to create inner chain link, and I'm going to select the front plane once again and go to sketch view, and here I'm going to draw a circle whose diameter is going to be 10, and also I'm going to draw the other circle with this same horizontal axis here with the same radius, and I want this distance to be 25. And let me change the diameter value a little bit higher. Let me give a value of 20. And now I'm going to use the arc command to join these two circles. And now I'm going to use the tangent constraint to make these two circles tangent to each other by using the curve. And let me delete this equal radii option, and let me give a radius value of 25. And now I'm going to draw a center line, a horizontal center line, and then use the mirror command to mirror this one on the other side. And now I'm going to use the trim tool to trim the unwanted entities, and my sketch gets completed, and I'm going to give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to extrude this one. Let me extrude it to a value of 25, and I'm going to make this as a symmetric extrude and then give a check mark to it. And let me extrude it to a value of 15 and then give a check mark to it. And I'm going to select this place and click on sketch view, and here I'm going to draw the circle whose diameter is going to be 10, and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to use the extruded feature, and let me uncheck this remove material option, and I'm going to extrude it to a 23 by using the symmetric extrude command. And now I'm going to select the sketch tool and click on extrude once again, and here I'm going to use the symmetric option and then give a value of 12, and then use this invert tool to remove the material. And now my model gets completed, and I'm going to save this one as inner link. Before that, let me create a point. Select this axis and hold down the control key and select this midplane here. And now my first point is created. I'm going to select again this axis and holding down the control key select this plane, and my second point is created successfully for the chain mechanism. So I'm going to save this one. Select file, save as. I'm going to save this as the chain sprocket folder with name chain 1, and then click on OK. And now I'm going to draw the outer link. I'm going to select new once again and create a new model. Select the front plane once again, and here I'm going to draw a circle whose diameter is going to be 10. And again I'm going to draw another circle of the same diameter, and I want this distance to be 25. Let me change this diameter value as 20, and again as similar in the previous case I'm going to use the same arc command to join these two circles, and then use the tangency option to make it a tangent to two circles. And just delete this equal radii option, and let me enter this radius value as 25. And I'm going to draw a center line to mirror this one. And now select this curve and select on the mirror command and select the center line, and then trim this unwanted sketches, and my sketch gets completed, and I am going to extrude this one to a value of 18.5 by using the symmetric extrude option, and then give a check mark to it. And again I'm going to select the sketch 1 option, and here I'm going to enter a value of 15.5 and make sure that it is symmetric option, and to remove the material. And select this face once again, click on sketch view, and here I'm going to draw circle. I'm going to draw two circles whose diameter is going to be 10. And then I'm going to create a 3D point to create the axis, and then give a check mark to it. As soon as I got exit from the sketch, my axis also created, and I'm going to use the remove material to remove the material, and then give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to create a point, select this point and then hold on the control key and select the plane. Select the point command once again and select this axis, and holding down the control key select the mid plane and your point is created. And my outer link is created successfully, and I'm going to save this one in the chain sprocket with chain 2. And then click on OK. And now I'm going to select the new and select the assembly, and here I'm going to set the unit as MMNS assembly design. And now I'm going to assemble the chain mechanisms. First I'm going to select the chain 1 and make sure that it is in default constraint option. And then again I'm going to import the chain 1. And now I'm going to import the chain 2. Click on the assemble and select the chain 2. And here I'm going to make this as a cylindrical constraint and select this axis and then this axis. And go to the placement tab and again select the new set option and make a cylindrical constraint by selecting this axis with the axis of the component. And I'm going to move this one like this and select the new set, and here I'm going to select the rigid option and select this face and then this face of the outer chain and then give a check mark to it. And again I'm going to select the chain by selecting the assemble command, and again I'm going to import the another chain. Select the assemble command and I'm going to import the chain 1 and then give check mark to it. Select the assemble command and here I'm going to import the chain 2. Select this axis and make a cylindrical constraint and select the axis of the inner link of the chain. And again select this axis, go to the placement tab, select the new set and select this axis with this axis. And now my cylindrical constraint gets completed, and I'm going to make a rigid connection to it by selecting this face with this face of the inner link of the chain. And now my connection gets completed and I'm going to give check mark to it. So I have created the subassembly chain. I'm going to save this one in the desktop with a chain sprocket folder with the name of subassembly. And then click on OK. And then click on save copy and click on OK. And I'm going to close this one. And now I'm going to create the assembly file. Set this unit as MMNS assembly design and then click on OK. And before assembling it, I'm going to create an axis. Select the axis and select the top plane, and holding down the control key, select this right plane and then click on OK. And now click on the assemble command, and here I'm going to import the sprocket path. And I'm going to set this as a pin mechanism, which is a rotary mechanism. For that I'm going to select this axis with this axis of the sprocket. And then to arrest the translatory motion, just select this plane and this plane, and now my connection definition gets completed and I'm going to give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to create the chain curve. For that I'm going to select this plane and then click on sketch and go to sketch view, and here I'm going to draw a circle, and again I'm going to draw another circle with this equal radius, and then I'm going to connect these two circles by using the line command. And now I'm going to trim the unwanted entities by using the trim tool. And now my sketch gets completed and I'm going to give a check mark to it. And now I'm going to import the subassembly which I have created. Just double check the subassembly, and first of all I'm going to set this as a planar mechanism. Just select this plane of the gear with this plane of the chain. And then click on the new set, and now I'm going to make this as a slot connection by just selecting this chain curve using this control key. And now just select the point of the chain link and select the new set once again, and again I'm going to select this chain curves by using the control key and then select the another point on the chain link. Let me turn off this and then select the point. And once again I'm going to create the new set, and here again I'm going to select the chain curve using the control key and then select this point. And again I'm going to select the new set, and once again I'm going to use the control key to select the chain curve and then select the final point. And now my connection definition gets completed, and I'm going to give check mark to it. And now I'm going to use this drag component option and just drag it like this. Select this, and now my chain and sprocket mechanism is created successfully. And now I'm going to apply the servo motor connection and also apply the mechanism to it. For that, I'm going to select the applications and select mechanism, and in the mechanism let me select the drag components and just drag it like this, and it moves smoothly and works fine. And let me close this one. And now I'm going to apply the servo motor. Select the servo motor, and here I'm going to select this slot connection here. And then in the profile details, I'm going to make this as a velocity, and in the profile details I'm going to enter a velocity of 2 and then give check mark to it. And now my connection gets completed, and I'm going to select the mechanism analysis, and I'm going to make this as a kinematic analysis, and I want this time to be 500, and then just click on the run command. And now my chain and sprocket mechanism is created successfully. And for more additional videos related to the concepts in mechanical engineering and design, please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.